here on 2K Sports. The weekend of hoops continues. It's going to be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the San Antonio Spurs. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
A beautiful view here of the Riverwalk, one of San Antonio's top attractions, as we see people cruising by and enjoying a terrific day. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for New Orleans. And for San Antonio.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
It's going to be San Antonio off the tip. He dishes it to Barnes. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou, Kevin. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
The Spurs last year were as tough as always in San Antonio. Hard not to beat when you win 50 games every season. Ended up with a 35-6 record at home, which was good for the third best in the league.
All free throws good from Indiana. And with the Spurs, they are just so consistent. Every time they take the court, you always, Steve, expect them to get a win when they play in this building.
And the two teams with better home records in the NBA were the Nuggets and the Heat, both of whom had huge win streaks. But as you said, it's the Spurs' consistency every time out that lets them pile up these home wins without anyone really thinking much about it. His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
On defense, New Orleans. There's the pick. There's the feed to Barnes. Fox.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And his attitude, Steve, just his general poise and presence is something else you notice about him. He's really a calming influence over that team.
You guys are ready, yeah!
First one falls for him.
As long as New Orleans has been in the Southwest Division, guys, it's never been easy for them. They won the division back in 2008, but every other year before or since, they haven't been able to finish better than third.
Fox hits them both. And going on about the Pelicans' history in the Southwest, finished in last place, Steve, a season ago, and that's the third time in 4 years that's been the case.
That's tough to be a young team in probably the best division in the NBA. I mean, you look at who they have to go against, the Spurs and Dallas and Houston, Memphis. There's never a night off. And the Pelicans, boy, they've got a long way to go to get out of the cellar in this division.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with New Orleans head coach. I asked him about how his team was going to handle the veterans of the Spurs, and he said, it really isn't a whole lot of bunking in them this season, so you can't surprise them one way or another. Really, it comes down to us being as careful with the ball as they are and being efficient in our possessions. Sounds simple enough, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris. And the Pelicans with possession here. Following the three from Indiana. Gets it to go.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass out. Off the screen. A follow-up flush.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever, Kevin?
Now, here is Murphy. 6 points for him. 8. Dishes it to Murphy. Picked by Murphy. Clock at 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. That's good.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
New Orleans gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Jones.
Oh, down there. Man.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Oh, man, that was just amazing.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Step back shot. And it's San Antonio with another. And so here's New Orleans. They trail by 1. 0. And another 3 for New Orleans.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
San Antonio with the ball. Here's Fox. And again, it's San Antonio with the 3.
He's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
New Orleans has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points thrown up from outside here in the first. Kicks it to Jones. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
Spurs have gotten only 1 of their first 6 shots to fall today. Here's Fox. He has 7. Back to Johnson. He passes to Fox. On the wing, Johnson. Passes it to Fox. Just 5 to shoot. Sohan. Here's Harper. Good on the triple. Harper's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
New Orleans moving it around. The pass to McDaniel. Here's Murray. 3-pointer. No good.
Guys, every season it seems the Southwest is loaded with teams that can contend, and last year was no different. Through it all, however, the Spurs were able to separate themselves from the pack and take the division once again with a 12-4 division record.
A pass to Fox. Back to Harper. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. Seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of a game.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And for the Spurs, that is now 3 consecutive seasons where they have won the division. Steve, actually the 6th time since the inception of the division that they have finished at the top.
And even with Dallas falling off a little bit, the division was pretty tough, Kevin, with Memphis and Houston coming on strong. Well, for a while there, it had been a curse to win the Southwest, because since 2007, teams that won the Southwest lost 4 times in the first round of the playoffs. But obviously the Spurs have bucked that trend the last couple of years.
Here's Murray. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Poole. Gets an open look and hits.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either.
San Antonio leading by 3. Johnson outside. Sohan passes to Johnson. No good on the 3. For New Orleans, they've gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. Cuts off the pass. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's a mark. Rejected by Poole. Johnson, good. Pelicans trailed by 5. Here's Poole, and he's good on the 3 ball. 5 points in the game.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
He got it up, and this is what he thought had it gone in. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Spurs lead by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
And I thought the key in that first quarter was the offensive aggressiveness. They attacked the rim and got to the foul line.
And I sense they're really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage of the home court.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, there is no doubt that Tim Duncan is one of the all-time great NBA big men, but his celebrity has never matched his talent. His guarded personality may have something to do with that. Duncan said, quote, "I'm not an extrovert. People try to be bigger than the game, to make themselves an individual brand. I'm not that guy. I love playing basketball, and that's what I want to do. I don't need the extra stuff." Guys, knowledge of self, so important.
Sure is. Thanks, Doris. Johnson can't get it to go. New Orleans gone a very strong 4 for 5 from 3-point land in the ball game. Number 17. Again, the Pelicans score.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
Hornet defended by Williamson. Backing him down is Johnson. Rejected by Murray. And they're able to recover. Parker, no good.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Number 17 with the lead pass. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. The Pelicans making a switch here.
Alvarado.
6 to shoot. Here's Williamson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boy, the Hornets were a very young team last season. Had several draft picks that saw meaningful time and were even in the rotation. And this team was NBA young, and that often means you're going to struggle on the road.
That's good for Williamson. And for the Pelicans, Steve, there were teams with fewer road wins than them, but not many. Only 11 road wins for them as they went 11-30 on the season.
Well, and the trouble with New Orleans last year was that they really didn't have any aspect of their game that they could count on the road. And if you can't score and you can't defend, it's hard to win at home, much less win it on the road.
All free throws good for Williamson.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. They swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and they dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, we're seconds away from another championship banner.
And here's Hawkins after the three-pointer from Johnson. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Good as the jump shot falls. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Now getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs. Clark, Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
And here's Hawkins following the three from Johnson.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
And Leonard kicks to Hart. There's the dish to Johnson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And again, it's San Antonio with the three.
By the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
Passes it to Hawkins. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. This one for 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
The Spurs have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Olynyk sets a screen for Johnson. Feeds it to Harper. There's the 3. Dives for it, but he stays with it. Champagnie dishes to Harper. He kicks it to Gautel. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Harper the pass to Champagnie. Back to Harper. Takes the 3. Another miss by Harper.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
The pass to Poole. Down low. Got a piece of it. Now here's Olynyk. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Harper takes to Champagnie. Back to Harper. He feeds it to Gautel. Shot clock at 6. Right side Harper. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Here's Hawkins. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Hawkins has got 7 points in the game.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Johnson dishes to Harper. The feed to Olynyk. Back to Harper. A 3-ball. Count that one. He's got 9.
That's 12 straight points coming off 3-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
Well, sometimes, guys, you can forget he's out there, and all of a sudden, bang, he'll string together 3 or 4 shots in a row and just take over the game.
There's one other thing about him that I like. It's how easy he makes it look to change his shot in midair, and usually with defenders all around him. Because of that, it's really hard to block one of his shots.
And so here is New Orleans following the bucket by the Spurs. They set the pick. Pass to Alvarado. The three. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Well, the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
32 seconds left to play in the first half.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Here's Harper. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. New Orleans has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Now Murphy. 8 points for him. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Wembanyama. Stolen. Here's Murray. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. Tie game in San Antonio. Make sure you stay tuned for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. Then we'll be back here right after that for the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. The Spurs are fighting for control so far. They're really going hard at it on the boards, offensively chasing down every miss they can. Also, a strong first half for New Orleans. A dominating performance offensively. They're getting everything they want. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Really an incredible game from Harper.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been. Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got to battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
And Phoenix gets it to go.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
New Orleans has gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range.
The Spurs would end up as the second seed in the West and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season. But one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top.
And he can't get the first one.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
I'm happy with something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
Antonio calls timeout. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. So put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during a season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker, you don't recover as fast, and that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
So it's San Antonio now after the made shot from Murphy. Shot clock at 5. There's the screen. Pass out. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Back to Jones. Looney. Soft touch off the glass.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Barnes with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Fox, no good.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Barnes, screen on Jones. Now the pass to Wembanyama. Number 5. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, again, if the shot selection there, defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
And the Pelicans making a change here. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wembanyama, the pass to Fox. There's a screen. Terrific design on a pit flip. He lays it in.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
The Pelicans trail. And here's Murphy. He's got 10. He passes to Murray. Outside, Jones unloads. Shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. It's Wembanyama. And the Pelicans making a change here. New Orleans has gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Outside, Jones. They set the screen. Hey. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. The Pelicans making a switch here. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. He dishes it to Barnes. Pass to Wembanyama. Hands it from downtown. 10 points for him.
We've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
Pelicans trail by 3. Passes it to Murray. And stolen by Barnes. Fox kicks to Barnes. There's the pass to Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's the tip drop. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
No problem.
And he knocks down the first one. New Orleans making a switch here. Both shots good from the stripe. 1:27 left to play here in the third. Number 17. San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell fires the 3. That is good. He's got 6.
Pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now, here is Murphy. He's got 10. Here's Murray. Hey, covered by Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Murray.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Jones is checked in. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. And stolen by Barnes. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's a 10-point Spurs lead.
Well played right there. You can feel the momentum changing.
I think this lead will continue to move upward unless something unforeseen happens.
Here's Murray. Hey. That one wide left.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
Murphy with the steal. To end the run. He just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's San Antonio. They're up by 8. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Spurs leading by 8. Vassell, he's guarded by Murphy. And the pass just so high. Open jump shot off the mark.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Good strength there. Just barely off with that attempt.
I don't think you can fault him right there. A lot of contact on that one.
And that one falls for Jones. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so Jones nails both of them.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
Here's Fox. It's good from about 18 feet. And the Spurs lead by 8.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Here's Murray after the made shot from Fox. Pass to Murray. Dishes it to Murphy. Sinks the triple.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Spurs leading by 5. Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell. The pass to Wembanyama. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
The Pelicans shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. I have to like what we're seeing from Fox.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to the Hornets head coach address his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Knocked loose and stolen by Barnes. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And the defense just lets him go there.
And once he hit the open floor, there was no looking back. Straight to the right.
Olenek is checked in for Fox. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Poole. They get a hand on it. Jones. Shot clock at 6. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Spurs leading by 9. Now here's Barnes. Number 5. And the 3-ball is good.
I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
And so here's New Orleans. Kicks it to Jones. Looney. Back to Jones. To the inside. 0. Up and in on the layup.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The Spurs making a switch here. Fox is checked in. The pass to Barnes. Here's Fox. Pass to Barnes from outside the arc. Count the bucket. Barnes has got 6 here in this quarter.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
Hey, covered by Barnes. Rejected by Wembanyama. They retain possession. Passes it to Poole. Gets it to go. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Fox. The dish to Barnes. That's Sal. Number 5. Defended by Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good.
3 in a row. That's 3 three-pointers consecutively. These guys are just raining in shots.
Yeah, the defenders can't be as soft as they've been on the perimeter there.
Pelicans trail by 14. Here's Poole. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
At the line of the Pelicans. And that one misses. San Antonio leading by 12. Barnes with it. Now defended by Poole. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Feeds it to Jones. New Orleans moving it around. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. The shot's good from Poole.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
San Antonio's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. And there's the pass to Wembanyama. 5 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And that one's good. Barnes. Pelicans trail by 12. Pass to Poole. Shoots the 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
The three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been all mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
For San Antonio, they've gotten several of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive output. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 9. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Left in the fourth quarter. Won the basket by Jones.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Spurs leading by 6. Passes it to Wembanyama. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
They're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this one.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Here's Poole. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Spurs have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. The pass to Wembanyama. Backs him down. Pocket 6. Pass out. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 12. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A platoon swap here for New Orleans. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's McDaniel. Drains it from beyond the arc. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Harper against Murphy. Outside Harper. And so it's San Antonio to win. Both teams played well, but these guys have the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak-knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan player of the game.
Me and the and then I get home.